Kuzambala, I'm Lhaden, your host, coming to you from the beautiful Pamso Cafe, where great ambience meets great food. Welcome to Her Story, where every voice finds its stage and every woman's narrative takes center spotlight. From triumphs to challenges, aspirations to achievements, our show celebrates the power, resilience, and unique experiences that shape the lives of women everywhere. This is Her Story, where each episode unfolds with authenticity, empathy, and celebration of the extraordinary women who make a difference in our world. Today we have a talent with us, someone who made a name for herself, a model, an entrepreneur, a social media influencer. Whichever way you call her, it falls short to describe the beautiful person that she is. Presently, she works for Renew as a communication officer. I'm happy to have the beautiful Kuenga Lhaden. Hi, and welcome to Her Story. How have you been?
I've been good, Ajim. Thank you so much for making me a part of this program.
Of course, I have been wanting to have you here because, of course, you're very young, but the thing is, I feel like you have made a place for yourself in your life where you are very proud of who you are, where you are very comfortable. How did you manage to exude this much confidence?
Well, Ajim, I really don't have a straight answer to that, but I must say that being a strong person and being mentally, emotionally strong really plays a huge role in building a person's confidence. So, yeah, I guess my strength, both mentally and emotionally, played a huge role in building me and my confidence.
Was it always easy to be mentally and emotionally strong, or did it have to be achieved? Did it have to come with some trial and tribulations?
Definitely not easy. It has its own set of challenges along with So challenges up there, Ajim, whatever you want to achieve in life, it doesn't come easily. You always have to work really hard for that. So just like that, confidence and getting out of my insecure zone was very challenging. But just, believing in yourself and making sure that you always present yourself in the best way possible and having that mindset really helped me build my confidence.
Kuenga, let's go back to when you were a kid. If you could share with us a special childhood, a core memory that has helped shape who you are now.
So yeah, I have a lot of beautiful memories, but this one memory is, so when I was a little girl, I think in 4th grade, Ajim, I was obsessed with this pair of Barbie themed heels. I don't know if you remember, Ajim, remember we had that Barbie heels with beads and pearls and flowers inside the heels?
Oh,
it
yes,
was like
yes,
pretty,
yes.
Let me use the term that's popularly used, right? It was pretty like, it was going viral at that time. So I was obsessed with that. And I told my father to get me those, but he denied. And I cried for several days. I was so sad. I cried, perhaps not continuously, but as and when those heels crossed my mind, I was like just crying. And then finally he gave in and he bought me those. But during those periods of longing and frustration, I made a promise to myself that no matter what happens in life, I'm going to work so hard and become so independent that I don't have to rely on anyone for anything. Like when I think of it right now, it's quite silly and stupid, no, Ajim, but I think that has shaped my mindset, Ajim, really. And when I say, being independent, working hard and getting, obtaining whatever I want in life, it's like not only for materialistic things, but it's more to do with my goals and, striving to be independent and self-sufficient in all aspects of life. So that has really shaped my mindset.
Wow. And I think this is pretty impressive for someone in their 4th grade, you said?
Yeah, I think 4th or 5th, not really sure, but really young, yeah.
Wow, okay, but it is impressive.
Yeah.
And you're right, but it's not silly. It might have started off silly, but I think where it has brought you now is definitely not silly, and you have become an independent, self-sufficient woman. Kuenga, if you could take us and bring us with you in a day of your life, how does your day look?
I'll just go directly into how a busy day looks for me. So yeah, it's the everyday routine, back-to-back meetings at work, and after work I rush to get some stuff for my cafe, and right after that I have to go to gym, and then after gym I come back home, and then I take a quick shower and then prepare for the next day. So I love cooking, I enjoy cooking, and yeah, my husband, he really enjoys, no matter if, like, it doesn't really matter if it's good or not, but he always praises me, and that encourages me to cook more. So yeah, I always prep for the next day, and then, just making sure that, when I wake up the next morning, I have everything in place so that I don't have to rush for the day.
I mean, when you were younger, you were a very successful model.
Yeah, I tried.
You were inspiration to a lot of the younger ones. And you were one of the pioneers, if I may use that word. But the restaurant, the cafe came out of nowhere, at least to the outsiders.
Yeah.
We never knew. How did it come about? You already have a full life. On top of that, you are managing a cafe.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
I don't know how it'll sound, but I always plan ahead. So I wanted to have a retirement plan, and my retirement plan was having a cafe. But I was talking about this idea with my family and my husband, and then it wasn't like, I didn't really plan to have it like this soon, but somehow it happened. And then everything came together, all the energy, the universe pushed me to come up with this cafe. Though it's a very small and cozy cafe, but it's the place where I feel the happiest. And I feel like, but this is my first baby, my first child. So I'm really attached to it. And I really don't feel the burden of managing my 9-to-5 job, my cafe, my daily workout session. I just feel like all of these, it's a part of me. Like how you wake up every morning, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, put on cream, that's like a part of your daily routine. So just like that, running a cafe, going to work, going for my workout session, it's part of my life. So I don't really feel a burden, Ajam. So I just somehow manage it, and I feel like all these things, of course, they keep me on toes, but at the same time, at the end of the day, I feel really satisfied, and that's the feeling that I really, like, Ajam, this feeling of satisfaction. I did something, that feeling, so yeah.
Kuenga, I want to ask you, what does being a woman mean to you?
Well, being a woman.
A modern woman, such as yourself.
It's definitely like there's a lot of pressure, honestly, because you want to do a lot of things. You want to do your 9-to-5 job. At the same time, you want to be able to give, your caregiving responsibilities, Ajim. Though there's like the responsibility, this dual burden somehow can play a huge role in shaping you as a person. But I feel like as a woman, modern days now, though, I feel like someone who can balance both professional and personal responsibilities, though it can be really difficult. Like, I am going through that right now, so I understand and I know that it's not easy at all. But someone who can manage both professional and personal responsibilities is, that's basically a woman figure for me in this modern world.
I see. Who is a woman that you look up to?
So, not just one, Ajim, I have two. My mother and my mother-in-law. So both of them, they have different personalities. My mother, she is like the calm during my storms. She is the person who keeps me grounded. When life gets chaotic, she's always there with her presence and with her calm attitude to just gently guide me through the challenges. And her energy is something that I wish I had. And sometimes I feel, sometimes I feel she has a superpower. Superpower as in she, no matter what the situation is, how tough times are, she will always be really composed and calm. no matter what, Ajay, when I say no matter what the situation is, she's always composed and calm, and that really teaches me wisdom, inner peace, and resilience. And that's something I'm learning from her, though I'm not an expert in that yet, but that's something that I really want to, learn, and I'm still learning that. And more than anything, she taught me the strength of unconditional love. Yeah, really. So, if I could, I would literally keep her in my treasure because she's my God. She taught me so many things. Her guidance, her support means the world to me. And on the other hand, my mother-in-law, she is the energy boost that I often need. She's always there to push me to do, to be brave, to take chances, and to always pursue my dreams no matter what. She's always there to give me that push. And, her personality is something, she's really lively, full of enthusiasm, and that really, inspires me and reminds me to live life to the fullest and with full passion. So these two women in my life with different personalities helps me balance my life perfectly. Both of them, they give me both peace and motivation, which is essential for, in life. So yeah, my mother-in-law and my mother, two lovely, beautiful, strong ladies. I'm so blessed to have them.
Kuenga, you just managed to make a statement here saying how women can be extremely different from each other, yet have so much beauty and so much wisdom in their own ways. And you managed to see that. Who are you more like, your mom or your mother-in-law?
I think mix of both, Ajib. Honestly, yeah. Like I said earlier, I think I've learned to stay calm in very chaotic situations, stressful situation. That's from my mom. And if I'm going through anything, like any challenges in life, then I'm like my mother-in-law. Like I'm brave, I'm fearless. I'm just like, I'm going for it. I don't really care. So yeah, I think I'm a mix of both, Ajib.
Kuenga, you said earlier before we started the interview, you said you grew up with your grandparents. Your mom first your mom had to leave you with your dad, and then your dad went abroad too, and you and your sisters grew up with your grandparents. How was that experience?
When we were younger, we really don't realize, or we really don't know the difference, Ajin. But when we grow older, then we know how we grew up. And I'm really grateful in a way that I had that lifestyle and I had that upbringing, because that made me really a strong-headed person. I would not rely on anyone to get things done. My father, before he left, taught me how to drive. He taught me how to do a lot of things, like most of the things. And that made me that empowered me in a way, and I never relied on anyone to get things done. I would just go ahead and do things if I could. If not, then I would definitely ask my appa or my mummy, and they would just advise me on how to go about with it. But I'm really grateful for this upbringing. I'm not sure. Other people, when they look from from the outside, they think I didn't have. Maybe I didn't receive enough care or love, but I think I received all the love and care in the world. Even though my parents, they were not near, they made sure that I received the love and support I deserved. Not only me, my siblings as well. And then my grandparents and everyone who were there when my parents were not there, they really helped and supported and contributed to our growth. So.
There's so much positivity in you. You're a very positive person.
Thank you.
How does a bad day look for you? And how do you deal with when you're faced with a bad day?
I'll be very honest, though I don't want to portray myself like I'm a really positive person, but bad days, I really don't look at it as a bad day. But during our monthly period, the mood swings and everything, that really gets to me. So small, minor, doesn't matter what it is, minor things really irritates me and annoys me. So I consider that as my bad day, but others, they not really. Somehow I just manage to get by. Yeah.
When you're having a bad day, what are some things that you like to do, like your hideout, where you find respite, or where you take a break from the world that surrounds you? What do you do?
It really doesn't matter where I am. It doesn't really matter the place. The place really doesn't matter. But what matters the most is that I'm alone with my own thoughts, so that I can just, retreat to reflect, and then also think out loud and just say things to myself, and nobody's there. Nobody would know anything or hear anything. So I just that space, that small space of just being alone with my own thoughts, that's my hideout, Ajim. And the reason why I say this is because, Ajim, like I told you earlier, my schedule, it's so jam-packed every day. I hardly get time to take shower. And having this own alone time and this personal space is literally means a lot to me. So this is like my favorite hideout, just being alone in my headspace and there's nobody there, just myself, talking with myself, reflecting, and then just being in private with myself. Just love that. That's my favorite hideout.
Given that you have so many things happening for you, who are some supports for you? Who are the biggest supports in your life?
I'm very picky when it comes to, who I socialize with, or picky with spending time with certain people. So I have a very small group in my life, very less number of people and very small social group. So from there, firstly, it's my husband, definitely my husband, hands down my husband. He's the most supportive person ever. And second one is my best friend. I just have one best friend and that's more than enough for me. Why I say that is, whenever I go through any situation, if there's a presentation example, and if I tell my husband that, na ba presentation ching, or do be present he'll be like, sit down, calm down. You're born to do amazing things. This is nothing. Don't worry about it. He's always there to give me that push, Ajim. And sometimes you need someone to believe in yourself more than you believe in yourself. So I have that in my life, and I'm so lucky, Ajim. I'm really lucky. I have my husband, my best friend, and my other family members too. But two of these people, my husband and my best friend, they are the support system, the push that I need, because sometimes it can get really overwhelming.
Kuenga, you're still young, but I bet for you to get where you are right now, whether it is financially, whether it's professionally, personally, emotionally, to get here right now takes a lot of effort, especially to find the footing that you have found for yourself. Takes a lot of effort. But for that, I bet there were some challenges. What were those challenges?
First thing is making choices in life. So right after my master's, I was, I wasn't able to decide whether I should pursue my modeling career. Though I knew it was going to be short-lived, because once you're old, you really can't pursue that, right? But some people, they do, and I'm, but you always have to think about what if sometimes. So I was quite worried about that, but I wanted to pursue that career. But at the same time, my parents, they wanted me to do something with my educational background.
Which is?
Masters in IR and ID, that means International Relations and International Diplomacy. So they wanted me to do something with that, and I understand where they come from. And that moment was very challenging for me, because I was signed with a modeling agency in Thailand, and I wasn't sure whether to stay or go back, whether to stay there or come back to Bhutan. And I took a very long time to decide. And I'm glad I took time, Ajim. I really didn't decide in rush, or I just made sure that whatever decision I make helps me build my future and career. So, but eventually I gave in and I decided to come back and do what my parents want me to do. They have sacrificed so much, and this is the least I can do for them. But they're just asking me to do something that's good for myself. So I said I think I've done enough modeling. I did whatever I could. I started modeling when I was 16, Ajim. So by the time I finished my master's degree, I was around 24, 25. So I felt okay, I think I did whatever I could. So now it's really time to get serious with what I want in life. And Bhutan, honestly, we don't have future here as a model. you can't do much here, no, Ajin? But it's getting better, but at the same time, just being realistic, you don't really see future here. So I came back and then I did whatever they wanted me to do, and I'm so glad I took that part, Ajin.
So there's no regret there?
No, no regret at all. As soon as I decided that I'm going to come here and do what they want me to, I wasn't happy, honestly. I wasn't happy. It took time for me to like really adjust and really accept that this is what I'm going to do now, and that's not what I'm going to, I've left that path and this is the path I'm going to go forward with. So yeah, basically that.
You had this dream to be a model, but then not just because of pressure from your parents, but also the practical pressure of when you come back home, there's not a lot of future as a model in the country. You had to give up that dream. So similarly, what according to you are some challenges that the modern women faces?
So I think I feel like, you know, seeing my friends, my sisters, basically women who are in my age and older or younger, I feel the biggest challenge they face is balancing, like I said earlier, balancing professional and personal responsibilities. Despite significant advancement in gender equality, we still, like women still bear disproportionate, you know, like amount of duties, domestic duties and caregiving responsibilities, and that really hinders them from their career development, career opportunities, and in that way, you know, empowering women, ensuring their empowerment is quite difficult when they have to bear with this dual responsibilities or dual burden of managing both domestic duties and caregiving responsibilities. So that is the biggest challenge I see, Ajin.
What are ways we can help women with facing that challenge?
Just like letting her be alone and deal with all the responsibilities by herself would put a lot of burden on her. So giving her the support that she deserves and that she needs from her family, from her husband, from her, be it anyone around her, having that support to, you know, an individual can really help them prosper in life and do what they want to do in life. So I think it's really important for everyone surrounding her to support her, yeah.
Kuenga, when have you been the proudest of using your voice?
Well, I really, you know, when I was a little girl, I thought being proud was all about achieving degrees and winning medals and basically external validation. I thought that was like all about being proud. But in this 30 years of my life, I've realized that true pride is not rooted in external validation. It's nothing to do with external forces, but mostly to do with internal realization. So yeah, that being said, my proudest moment is not a specific achievement, but it's a profound epiphany, the recognition of my mental strength and resilience. I've realized that no matter what challenges I face or what I go through in life, I have my own back. Yeah, I'm always there to support myself, and I'm my biggest cheerleader. And the connection that I have with myself, and it didn't come out of nowhere. It took time for me to build that connection with myself, and now that I have that, it's really strong. And the assurance that I give myself whenever I feel low, or you know, during different whatever I'm going through in life, the assurance that I give myself and the connection that I have with myself is so strong. And I'm really proud and happy that I could build that connection with myself. And I know for a fact that no matter what I lose in life, I'll never lose myself. So my proudest moment, you know, is basically this realization, the realization of how strong I am mentally and how resilient I am. And that being said, I was a really stubborn kid. I would never listen to my parents. Forget about my parents, like no one. I would never listen to anyone. I would just do whatever I wanted to. If I wanted to do modeling, I would just do it. And then if I wanted to go outside Thimphu or outside Bhutan to do a fashion show, even if my father restricted me to go, I would go. So I was that kind of person, and I'm still that kind of person. I'm really stubborn with what I want in life. So that stubbornness, in a way, and then that stubbornness builds. I feel like that builds me and my resilience, because the choice that I make in life, it's all my, it's
You're
all
doing,
up to me. Yeah, I'm doing it. So the consequences that I face, I can't go to my parents say, I'm going through this, can you help me? Because that's the choice I made. It's not what they made for me. So I had to face challenges alone by myself, deal with a lot of things by myself. Like, really, I'm amazed at how I actually, Ajam, like,
Survived it.
yeah.
But I think that is props to you, because you put yourself in situations, you bore the consequences,
Yeah.
and you dealt with life as it
Yes.
came to you.
Yes.
It has made you a wiser, stronger person.
Yeah.
Kinga, I think you just have to really pat yourself on the back.
Thank you,
Congratulate
Ajam.
yourself
Thank
for having made it this far and this beautifully.
Thank you, Ajam.
My final question, it's Barbara Walters asks this question to her guest, and I love this question. So I'm going to give you a sentence. You're going to have to finish the sentence, okay? Kinga Lhaden is
Strong and beautiful.
perfect. Perfect. All right.
Happiness. That's what I can think of right now. Octopus. Extreme cold. Personal made. Memories.
As we conclude another chapter of her story, we're reminded of the beauty and strength found in every woman's journey. Each story shared here has resonated with authenticity, courage, and resilience, showcasing the diverse experiences that unite us all. Let these narratives continue to inspire and empower us, shaping a future where every woman's voice is heard and celebrated. Until next time, keep writing your own story and embracing the power of her story.